Everything in readiness for the final quarter of the 1963 Victorian Football Association First Division Grand Final between Moorabbin in the white shorts and Sandringham. And at three-quarter time, Moorabbin holding a 61-point lead. 10 goals won in front, Moorabbin. 15-10, 100 points to Sandringham, 5-9-39, as umpire Alan O'Neill bounces the ball for the start of the final quarter with Moorabbin's name at the moment written on this premiership, but we'll see how they go in this final term. They're going right into attack already. Big Ron Key from centre half forward, driving them down towards the pocket to Lindsay Fox. Fox a hand pass back to Key, couldn't quite reach it, and over the line for a throw in the forward pocket. Just disappearing out of the picture on the left was Moorabbin's captain, Max Papley, who's had a brilliant game, whether it's centre half forward or full forward. He's kicked 6 goals, 2 so far. In the ruck, Barry Shepherd gets the hit out for Moorabbin, but in the way is McNabb of Sandringham. They're resting ruckman in the back pocket, drives it back up to the centre. Out comes Kupsch from the half-back line, or rather Rolf it is, the half-back flanker. A neat left foot kick up towards the forward pocket position. A chance here for Moorabbin as Burns, their second rover, showing a lot of pace, fires it across to Shepherd. Beautiful football, Moorabbin and
typical
Shepherd.
Of their game all day, Graham.
It is typical, Roy, absolutely. And Shepherd would be about 35 yards out, straight in front, favouring the drop kick. Not a good kick. Right up towards the goal square. Papley tries to hook it, as he does, to Fox. Back to Papley. Turns, screw kicks from an impossible angle, but he can't do the impossible on this occasion, and it's over the line for a throw-in. 15-10, 100 Moorabbin. Sandringham 5-9-39. A minute of play gone in this last quarter. In front for Sandringham that time was Kennedy. There goes Kennedy trying to barge his way through. Key, he's got the strength too. Turns, shoots for goal and misses. Puts it through for one behind to Moorabbin. 15-11, 101. Sandringham 5-9-39.
Interesting thing to notice too, Ross Drives, who started at centre half forward, has been placed into ruck. Wills, who has been from the half forward flank to the full forward position, is now at centre half forward, and Perovic, who came on as the 17th man, is down at full forward.
Alan Popjoy, the Sandringham fullback, will put the ball into play. His kicking in has not been nearly as consistent as his opposite number, Jim Guttison, today. Let's see what he can do with this one. Quite a good drop kick this time from Popjoy. Covers about 50 yards. Man in front will get the mark. It's Moorabbin and it's Barry Harrison.
Another interesting one too is Laurie O'Toole, their ruckman, on a half-forward flank, Graham. They've certainly swung their forward line around.
There's the kick from Harrison. Bad one, but fortune favours the brave this time, and it's Moorabbin marking at half-forward right. There's the kick from Christie, right up towards the full-forward position. Players set themselves. Popjoy punches it away. Papley comes in, kicks the ball on the half-volley off the ground, but puts it over the line for a throw-in. 15-11, 101 Moorabbin to Sandringham 5-9-39. 2.5 minutes of play gone in the final term. There's Papley in the picture, the Moorabbin skipper. Boundary umpire has the ball now. In the ruck for Moorabbin is Fox. Going with him, Kennedy. Gets it down to Webster of Sandringham. Kicks it off his wrong foot, the right foot, but absolutely to nobody except Moorabbin's Barry Shepherd, who kicks it up to full forward. Webster drops the mark and is forced to push it through for one behind for Moorabbin. This is a very much out of character Sandringham, I'm afraid we're seeing, and it doesn't look as though you are going to see a particularly interesting last quarter, certainly not at this stage.
No, Sandringham all day have been, well, with the exception of possibly the first 10 minutes, they've been behind Moorabbin. Their disposal has been absolutely shocking. As you could see that prior when Freddie Webster kicked it, it just went absolutely to no one at all. Just dropped into the Moorabbin man's hands.
There's Webster again clearing for Sandringham, high into the air. Ball comes up towards the centre. Perry, the Moorabbin centreman, in the play, drives it up to full forward, out wide, looking for Papley. There's Papley, but he wasn't quick enough to get to that one before it reached the boundary line.
He's had that many kicks, Graham. I think he'd be exhausted.
Kennedy trying to get front position from Harrison, can't, so wins the hit out this time from the side. Strawn, a hand pass to Gleeson. Sandringham going round the flank, but this one out of bounds.
Two completely different approaches to goal. Moorabbin always straight down the centre of the ground, and Sandringham have continually played the flanks without any avail.
Muter hits it straight to a Moorabbin player in Perry. Perry off the side of the boot, the inside edge of the boot, and over the line for a throw-in, right down in front of our commentary position. Coming into ruck, Muter of Sandringham, Harrison of Moorabbin. Shepherd of Moorabbin is also there, and Kennedy of Sandringham, the 4 ruckmen. Only 2 of them contesting it. Muter gets the hit out, but concedes a free kick to Barry Harrison as he gets into his back. Well, there's no sign of a Sandringham revival, Roy.
No, none whatsoever, Graham. I just don't think at the moment they're capable of lifting their game.
Good kick from Harrison up towards full forward, but Pobjoy, the Sandringham fullback, who's played pretty well under pressure all day, has a run, 60-yard run, and kicks the ball in the centre of the ground right up towards the full forward position. Perovic flies for the mark, but it's, who is it, Gutterson, the fullback for Moorabbin, in the way. There's a desperation dash from the Sandringham fullback. He carried it right from fullback to full forward. Shepherd going high from behind. Umpire O'Neill says a free kick to Sandringham. Half back, is it Bob Moore? No, it's Strawn without the number. Carl Strawn's got to go back and kick over the mark. In complete contrast to his day last week when he kicked 6 goals, Carl Strawn has had a bad day. Good kick right up towards the 10-yard square. Up they go, chance for Sandringham to clear, Moorabbin to clear, they do. Get it round to Rolfe on that back pocket. Rolfe looking for teammate in Ryan, but Hoare is there in the way, as is Strawn backing him up. Hoare driving Sandringham forward, up to full forward go Sandringham. Over Perovic's head, Shrives to Wills on the left foot, and through it goes. That's Ken Wills' second goal for Sandringham. Takes them on to 6-9, 45 points, but it took them 6 minutes of the last quarter to kick that goal, and 1 goal every 6 minutes would not be enough.
A very unselfish play too by Ross Shrives there. He had the opportunity himself, but he handballed it to Wills, who was on his correct foot. He's a left foot, natural left footer.
6-9, 45, Sandringham to 15-12, 102 Moorabbin. Let's work that margin out in points. It comes to something like 57 points. It was 61 at 3/4 time. Shepherd wins in the ruck for Moorabbin. Moorabbin go to centre half forward. There's Hoare clearing for Sandringham, gets it across to Kennedy. Kennedy's kicked back into the centre, but Harrison drops the ball. Play goes on. No, umpire O'Neill a bit late with that decision.
Paying it to Granger, Graham.
For another infringement.
Yes, another one, yes.
Did appear to be a clear-cut case of dropping the ball, didn't it?
Oh, it was, certainly.
Granger, the back pocket for Sandringham, driving out onto the flank. But away go Moorabbin again through Crosher, right up from the back pocket, up towards the centre half forward position, and a nice mark taken by Ryan. Peter Ryan, the half forward flanker for Moorabbin. No doubt he'll look for Papley. Papley is leading most beautifully, but a couple of players got in his way that time, but still Moorabbin go on with the job. There's McNabb for Sandringham, hand passing out to either Merritt or Granger. Granger it is who picks the ball up in the centre half back position and sends a funny old kick. Play on, no doubt, as Perry comes in for Moorabbin, drives it right up into the goal square. Chance for Fox and Papley. The whistle goes, and I think possibly a bounce, or is it a free kick? I think he might bounce it.
Free kick, I think it is, Graham, over the shoulder.
Free kick going to Lindsay Fox of Moorabbin, only 15 to 20 yards out from goal. Straight in front. Kicking into the wind, but shouldn't have too much trouble with this one. There goes Fox, hits the post. Well, Lindsay Fox hasn't had too many kicks for goal today. Moorabbin haven't needed him. They've had so many destructive forwards on the job in Max Papley, Ron Key and Bruce Whalebone, who've kicked 13 of the 15 goals between them. But Lindsay Fox hasn't been called on very much.
No, their flankers have played very well too, Graham. Christie's played a very good game.
That was a bad kick in from Pobjoy, but fortunately for Sandringham, Henry Merritt was backing up well and managed to take that mark in front of his opponent. But in the way again for Moorabbin. Wide out there on the flank is Cremeri, their centre half back.
Sandringham still persisting in playing the flanks rather than straight down the ground, which is too silly for words with this wind that's blowing here today.
That's Merritt, the half-back flanker. Played again fairly well today. It's only his second game of senior association football. Perry in the way for Moorabbin, drives deep down onto the half-forward flank. Gleeson for Sandringham gathers in in front of his opponent Burns, but all he can do is kick it over the line. 9.5 minutes of play in the final term, and Moorabbin's margin 58 points, 15 goals, 13 to 8-9. Kennedy and Harrison battling for it, and it's Harrison, but he hooks it to Granger. Granger just manages to get a kick. O'Toole can't mark that one. Allows Rolfe in for Moorabbin, breaks clear, kicks it off the side of the boot and over the line again.
I'm just trying to work out who's on Bobby Perry in the centre, Graham, but I can't find Barry.
Strawn is in the centre, Roy, I think, isn't he?
Is he? Barry Burke's out. Yes, he is. Barry Burke's out on the half-forward flank.
Little back pocket going for the hit out for Sandringham in front of the pack. And one or two little bits of vigour being dealt out there, but no free kick paid. Muter gets the hit out for Sandringham. Not too much effect. It goes to Ryan. From Ryan to Rolfe. There goes Kerr, who came on as a reserve for Moorabbin. And I think Moorabbin very happy in this final quarter just to, well, they're not playing entirely negative football, but...
Well, they're attacking, Graham, when they get the opportunity, but they're playing rather good, tight football.
Burns trying to break away.
We've seen that so often today where Keith Burns has had the ball and he just hasn't got that initial burst of pace that he normally has. And I still feel that he's carrying that ankle.
A drop kick from Burns up towards centre half forward. There's nobody home there for Sandringham at this stage. Shepherd off the ground for Moorabbin. Back to the centre to Christie. Christie kicks it into nobody in particular. And umpire O'Neill says throwing the ball for that one. The free kick going to Sandringham's ruckman Muter. Muter driving down towards the centre half forward position. There's a chance for Wills, but he's outnumbered. And Crosher, the back pocket for Moorabbin, kicks it wide onto the opposite flank and over the line for a throw-in. They've been playing for 11.5 minutes in the final term, and there's the scoreboard. 15-13 Moorabbin to 6-9 Sandringham. To Kennedy. Kennedy with a 20-yard punch finds Burns. Burns knocks it across to a teammate, but Moorabbin getting the run of the ball. Burns racing around, trying to do something with it, kicks it into an opponent. Moorabbin players falling over each other there. They had every chance in the world to clear. There's Crosher caught in possession and penalised for holding the ball. Free kick going to Barry Burke, who's now playing on a half-forward flank. Not a bad drop kick from Burke, but it's going across goal. Very nearly marked by Shrives. Shrives still battling on, gets his kick, but can only force it through for one behind to take Sandringham on to 6-10, 46 points, to Moorabbin 15-13, 103 points. Well, Moorabbin have been saying all the season that they were never going to get caught like they did last year.
They've made a certainty of it today, Graham.
Yeah, they're not showing any signs of weakening, are they?
No, no slackening at all.
Gutterson, the full-back for Moorabbin. Not his best kick. He's kicked in very well. That was Pearce, number 40 for Sandringham, contesting the mark. He's come on as a reserve in this final term. A chance for Strawn. Allows for the win, but allows too much and puts it through for another behind to Sandringham. 6-11, 47 points to Moorabbin, 15-13, 103. And in this final term so far, Moorabbin have kicked 3 behinds. Sandringham have kicked 1 goal, 2 behinds. Once again, it's Gutterson. Better kick this time. Good, safe drop kick. No mark, just a scramble, and umpire O'Neill will come in and bounce the ball on the right half forward flank position with Sandringham in attack. Sandringham in the black shorts.
I was just going to say, Graham, I think Pearce has replaced McNabb, who was in the ruck. Pearce is playing in ruck.
Sandringham still showing no sign at all of being able to get back into this game. And Moorabbin playing it safe on this flank, where when they kick round the boundary line, the wind more or less automatically carries it straight out over the line. Muter for Sandringham was in front, but a free kick going to Moorabbin. Like Burns. Nice pass, looking for Key, but again, you can see the wind taking it. Would have been a good pass had it not been for this very gusty wind. Muter gets up high for Sandringham with a punch down towards Shrives. Intercepted by Perry. He loses the run of it. Off the ground by Shrives. But this Christie is a very good ball player, or Rolfe rather, and gets Moorabbin out of trouble again. Chance for Ryan. He's in trouble. Holding the ball, says umpire O'Neill, and the free kick going to the Sandringham ruckman Muter. "15 minutes of play gone in the final term. 15-13 Moorabbin to Sandringham 6-11. No mark. Perovic hand passes to Strawn. Strawn has a bounce and will shoot for goal and puts it through. And there, Carl Strawn, his first goal for the day. He would be the first to admit, I think, that he has not had a good match.
No, from the centre too, Graham, ironically enough. When he was full forward, he couldn't get them and he was shifted out and now he's kicked his goal.
Yeah, so it's his third position, Roy. Couldn't get a goal at full forward nor half forward flank. 7-11-53 makes it the even 50 points in Moorabbin's favour after 16 minutes of play in the final term. Back in the centre with umpire O'Neill. Fox in the ruck for Moorabbin. Kennedy, number 14, just running past to contest the hit out with Harrison. Fox it is, who's playing the ruck rover game very well. Gets it down to Burns, the Moorabbin second rover. A chance for Webster. Hand passes across to halfback flanker Hoare, which was a very risky business because there are two Moorabbin players there, and it's Ryan who drives them up forward looking for Barry Shepherd. Shepherd very nearly marking it at the second grab. Pobjoy knocks it across to Gleeson. And away goes Sandringham again. Webster falls, misses the mark. In goes Ryan again for Moorabbin. Off the left foot, a good hook kick to Whalebone. Whalebone to Burns. Fast, systematic football by Moorabbin. Just over Papley's head that time. And as you suggested, he looks a bit even too tired to raise a gallop.
I think he's exhausted. He's entitled to be, Graham, with what, 6-2 on the board.
Harrison in front, gets it to Burns, goes in, shoots for goal. Bad kick, but marked in the goal square. And forced through, was it, for a behind to Moorabbin?
Went off the knee, I think, Graham.
15-14, 104 points. Moorabbin, Sandringham 7-11-53, and they've been playing 17.5 minutes in the final term. That's another poor kick, and that was an equally poor kick by Whalebone. Allows Burns in for Sandringham, a short one to Strawn, who misses it, but recovers quickly enough to get a kick to Strives. Back to Strawn, he's in trouble. Turns nicely out of it. O'Toole to Shrives. More like Sandringham's play. Shrives' kick up to full forward. Perovic brings down the mark.
Nearly off too, Graham.
he thought twice about it.
He had second thoughts.
This 19-year-old lad, he came on in the third quarter. Comes in, shoots for goal. Better kick this time from Perovic. He had two kicks for goal in the third quarter and missed them both. But he made no mistake about that one. Sandringham 8-11-59. Moorabbin 15-14, 104 points. 18 minutes gone in the final term, and the margin 45 points. Yes, Paul Perovic, who kicked that goal, is 19. He's a big lad, 6'2" and 14 stone 4. Has played all the season in the thirds and was leading thirds goal kicker with 78 goals. Kennedy tries to barge through and does successfully. Kicks at 50 yards with a left foot. Not a bad effort for a right foot kick. And Crusher, who is a very much underrated but extremely steady back pocket for Moorabbin.
Very safe player, Graham. He's played exceptionally well today.
Good drop kick by Crusher. Out wide and going high was Christie for that mark. A good mark too for Moorabbin, the half-forward flanker. Good tactics by Christie to pull his socks up and take plenty of time, although there wouldn't appear to be any doubt about the ultimate result of this game. Shrives having a run on the ball. Puts it across to Strawn. He's on playing in the centre now. Up into the pocket goes Sandringham before Wills can get to it. Number 28, it's a throw-in at half forward left. Between half forward and full forward left, Sandringham in attack, but trailing by 7-3 at this stage of the final quarter. Muter gets the hit down for Sandringham. Battling on is Shrives, across towards Perovic. He runs into trouble, allows Moorabbin to clear. Burns in it for Sandringham, gets pulled round the neck. Almost decapitated. And he'll take his free kick, a fair way out from goal, about 55 yards.
Well, you were saying, Graham, they needed 9 goals. They've picked up 2 goals on your assessment. They only need 7 now, 7-3.
Good kick by Keith Burns, but is it straight enough? No, 1 point only.
Left-hand flagpole, 1 point.
8 goals, 12 behind, 60 points Sandringham. Moorabbin 15-14, 104. Yes, they've been playing 20.5 minutes and Sandringham have added 3 goals only in this last quarter. 3 goals, 3 to Moorabbin.